Cheevo, guys!
What up, guys? This is
Cheevo, guys!
back here again with another achievement guide. Today, we're going to be focusing on She Sees Red. This game was developed and published by Rhinotales. This game does contain blood, violence, profanity, and partial nudity. Just want to give you guys a heads up. Now, this is a FMV game, which is a full motion video game. Basically, it's one of those games where it's a movie that's actually filmed and you're making the choices in the movie. Ultimately, this one has 4 different endings, and we do have to reach all 4 endings to get the full 1000 gamer score. Now, this game releases tomorrow on August 19th, 2020 for $7.99. It's also available on Steam with achievements. However, the dev gave me a heads up that the Steam version has an extra achievement that the Xbox version does not have. That one's for watching every scene in the game, not every ending, but every scene. So yeah, the dev had mentioned to me that they decided to get rid of that achievement in the Xbox version to make it an easier completion. In terms of the time of completion, it's probably going to take about an hour and a half to 2 hours with a guide. Now, when you first start the game, it's going to ask you if you want to get started. You want to press no. This is going to unlock a missable achievement, or optional achievement, I guess, because you can always, just start up a new game and press no if you did accidentally press yes. It does take a couple seconds, but eventually your first achievement is going to pop. That one's worth 60 gamer score, called No Means No, for refusing to watch the movie. After that, we're going to go back to the main menu and we're going to start up the game. However, this time we're going to press yes to get started. Now, as I mentioned before, ultimately our goal here is to experience all 4 endings. To do this, you do have to play through the game 4 different times. Realistically, though, it's about 2 full playthroughs, because after you play through the game 2 times, it does allow you to skip scenes that you've already watched. Now, being that this is basically a movie, I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, so I am going to be cutting through my footage straight to the decision making. That way, I don't spoil anything for you guys and you guys can get the most out of your purchase. Again, the first 2 times we're going to play this game, we're going to have to play it without being able to skip any scenes. So each of those playthroughs personally took me about 35 minutes a piece. So you're going to spend about an hour and 10 minutes playing your first 2 playthroughs. Now, when it comes to making your first decision, you actually don't want to press anything. There is an achievement for not making a decision. You can execute this on your first dialogue option because the first option doesn't matter in terms of what you choose. That unlocks the What's the Difference achievement for 60 gamer score for not making a decision. Now, for our next decision, we are going to choose to look around the room. Now, we are going to have some miscellaneous achievements along the way, but no need to worry about any of the other achievements. As long as you're following along with my guide and following along with my 4 playthroughs, you are sure to get all of your achievements. So when you choose to look around the room, you're going to find a meat thermometer. The only reason I'm mentioning this is because you end up using it as a weapon and it disables the 3 to Tango achievement. However, it enables the pacifist achievement, and that's the one that we're going for in this playthrough. In the next playthrough, we're going to be going for the 3 to Tango achievement. So it's kind of like an either or type of situation. Also, I know some of you guys are probably wondering, the game does not have any manual saving. It is auto saving after each decision. Now, at this point, you should have unlocked an achievement called Collateral Damage, worth 60 gamer score for examining the room. Now, our next decision has an achievement linked to both decisions. So ultimately, we're going to have to choose both. However, in this run, we're going to choose Try to Distract. This is going to spill the water, and what this is going to do is this is going to enable us to get the Wet Work achievement worth 60 gamer score for distracting the guard. And again, we also have an achievement related to choosing the other option, which was Hide. However, we will be executing that in our second playthrough. Next is one of the more important decisions that you have to make in the game. If you choose the first option, you will end up either getting ending 1 or ending 2. If you choose the second option, you can end up getting ending 3 or ending 4. For now, we're going to go around, which is the first decision, because we're going for ending 1. Now, our next decision is going to be in the kitchen. You're going to be hiding from a guard, and you're going to have a choice either to attack him or try to escape. Now, in this scenario, we're going to try to escape. After you choose that decision, you should be unlocking the Pacifist achievement for 60 gamer score for failing to have a fight in the kitchen. Next, you're going to end up in the office, and you're going to have to choose either to examine the wall or examine the desk. Now, I don't think it makes a difference choosing either or, besides, if you're playing the Steam version and trying to, watch all the scenes. You guys can choose either or. Personally, I chose to examine the desk, so if you want to play it safe, just examine the desk. Our next decision is going to be our last decision. Depending on which one you choose, you're either going to get ending 1 or ending 2. So we're going for ending 1, so you want to choose to look through the documents. And as I mentioned before, I decided not to show the endings in this video in effort to not spoil the game. So yeah, that's going to give you 100 gamer score for getting the She Lost ending. After that, we're going to go ahead and click second playthrough. And this time, we're going to be pretty much doing that same path. However, we're going to be getting some of the alternate choice achievements along the way. And then for that final decision, we're going to choose the opposite decision that we just chose to get ending 2. So let's get started on that second playthrough. For our first decision, we're just going to choose leave it alone. This decision doesn't matter, but you can choose leave it alone, just to play it safe. Next decision, you want to choose leave without taking a risk. And then next, we're going to choose to hide. Last time we choose to distract them with the water, so this time we're going to get an achievement for hiding. That is worth 60 gamer score called Lights Out. And then for our next decision, we're going to choose to go around. Again, go around leads to ending 1 and 2. If you would have chose the other option, that would lead to either ending 3 or 4. Once you end up in the kitchen, we're going to choose to try to escape. And that's going to end up unlocking the 3 to Tango achievement worth 60 gamer score for a fight with 2 guards. And then after that, we're going to end up in the office. Again, we have to choose to either analyze the desk or the wall. I'm going to choose the desk once again. And after you examine the desk, you're going to get your last dialogue choice, and you want to make sure to choose the second option this time, which is attack. Again, not going to show you guys the ending, and after you see the cutscene for that last ending, your achievement's going to pop called She is Angry, worth 100 gamer score for failing to look at the documents. Alright guys, we are halfway there. Not only that, but now we can skip cutscenes that we have seen already. So we're going to start the game up for a third time. Just keep in mind that you can only skip the cutscenes that you've seen already. You can't skip cutscenes that you haven't seen. For instance, we already seen this scene in the beginning of the game, so you can press start, skip scene, and then press yes. After that, you could choose either option. However, I'm going to choose take care of the body this time. After you've chosen your choice, you can press start and try to skip it. Sometimes it won't let you skip it right away. You need to wait a few seconds for the scene to transition to the next scene, like that. So I just skipped the cutscene, and I'm waiting a few seconds, and then I'm going to press start and try to skip it. If you wait a few seconds after each skip, it usually works a lot better. See, there we go, skip scene. It'll let me skip that one. And our next choice is going to be to look around the room. And then I'm just going to wait a few seconds, and then I should be able to skip it. Press start, skip scene, and I think there's no dialogue choice on this one, so we're going to skip this again. Just going to wait a few seconds, and it should be ready to go. Start, skip scene, skip. Alright, so I think we have a choice coming up here. We're going to have to choose either to distract him with the water or to hide. Let's see. Alright, maybe not yet. It lets me skip one more scene. This should take me pretty close to the choice whether to distract or hide. I believe at this point, this choice doesn't matter. You can choose either or. This time, I'm going to choose try to distract. Again, if you want to play it safe, just choose what I'm choosing. We can go ahead and skip the scene, because we've already seen how that goes down. And we should be able to skip it once again. Let's see here. Yep. Alright guys, so the next decision is the most important decision in terms of getting ending 3 and 4. You need to choose follow the plan. If you choose follow the plan at this point in the game, you're going to end up going down the second pathway, And from here, we're going to have 2 missable achievements in terms of some dialogue choices that we're going to experience moving forward. For example, you're going to end up in an area where a room is being remodeled, and you're going to look into the vent and you're going to find a bag. Now, after you find the bag, you're going to end up in a scene where you're basically interrogating an informant, and you're going to have to choose whether to spare his life or not. And you want to make sure to spare his life because there is an achievement called Mercy for not killing the informant. Not only that, but the next dialogue choice has a missable one as well. Once you open the bag, you have to choose to get rid of the cocaine. There is an achievement related to getting rid of it worth 60 gamer score called Say No to Drugs for eliminating the drugs. After that, eventually you're going to end up back in the office, in which you should be able to skip a couple of the cutscenes in the office because you've seen them already. And once you get to the choice where you have to choose whether to analyze the wall or the desk, you could choose either. This time I chose to examine the wall because in ending 1 and 2 I was examining the desk. And then after that cutscene, I think you could skip one more cutscene, and then you're going to get the final dialogue choice. This is basically whether you want ending 3 or 4. So we're going to choose to follow the plan. This is going to unlock ending 3. You're going to end up getting an achievement worth 100 gamer score called He Is Upset. And then finally, we're going to be going for the 4th ending, guys. So we're going to start it up for a 4th time. So pretty much what we're going to do, guys, is we have to do it just like we just did it in the ending 3. However, we have to choose the other option in the last dialogue choice. So as usual, we're going to start off with pressing start, and we're going to skip the cutscene. For the first option, it doesn't matter what you choose. I chose to just take care of the body this time. And then I went ahead and tried to press start and skip the scene. But again, you need to wait a few seconds before it will let you skip it. There we go. Start, skip. Moving forward in this guide, I'm going to get rid of the footage of me skipping the cutscenes, and I'm going to cut straight to the chase and show you guys the choices. So for the next choice, we want to choose to look around the room. And for the next choice, you're going to have to choose either to hide or distract. This one doesn't matter. We're going to choose try to distract. And then for the next dialogue choice, this is the one that's really important. You want to choose follow the plan. This will lead to the path where you can get either ending 3 or ending 4. When it comes to the informant, we're going to go ahead and spare their life again, because I think you might get an ending if you don't. You want to get rid of the cocaine. Like a bad ending. I think if you kill the informant, it's like game over. Anyhow, next you're going to have to choose either to examine the wall or examine the desk. Again, this decision does not matter. We're going to choose to examine the wall. And then finally, you want to choose the option that we did not choose before, which is improvise. This is going to lead to ending 4. And finally, you should unlock 2 achievements. The first one's called full set, or 60 gamer score for watching all of the endings. And then finally, your one for the 4th ending, which is worth 100 gamer score, called She Is Not Angry. And that's about it, guys. You guys should have your full 1000 gamer score. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment, and don't forget to like and subscribe.